Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Washington Redskins 1st down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th-rounder from Stanford. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's taken down inside the 30. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 1st down, here's Love. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Yellow. That's what I do.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Jordan Reed has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver.
He fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Monday. Hey, check.
White, hey, orbit.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Hey, we got four down.
32.
From the gun, here's Stafford. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Mike 5-5. Mike.
Now Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
55. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, here we go. Check 24. 40 got. 40 got. Zero.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
53, ready, hey, wahoo!
Now it's Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Dorsett making the catch. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, Mike.
Bravo!
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the 36, Stafford. James has got it. Complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They run the draw here with Pumphrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. This is caught, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Next is score, Redskins 21, Lions 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the 50 at Stafford. Complete to Dorsett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Stafford on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
Come on, fellas.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Let's go, let's bring it.
Hey, I 7.
55, Mike 55. Watch the curve, watch the curve.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
That's going to be caught by Richardson. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, 15.
Alert 3.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And that'll bring up second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Yellow. There's a water, right? Hey, Sunday.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Complete. Richardson has it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alert!
Here's Stafford. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Stafford. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Forced out to his left. This is caught by Williams. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mahomes firing complete. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Devon Kennard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away to his left. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get it.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Lions 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they help nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now Stafford, that's to his running back, complete, and unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Running on first down, Eckler. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's get it now. Let's get it right now.
From midfield, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jared Davis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Washington! Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard
line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
At the 25-yard line.
They go to Johnson again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On third down, Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot up. Heavy.
On first down, it's Love. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, 70!
And they will take a knee here. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.